Hello and welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here then hi, my name's Zoe. Please make sure you hit that subscribe button and also turn on that bell so you're notified every time that I post. And if you're a current subscriber, please make sure your bell is on, as YouTube doesn't like recommending true crime videos. Today's video is a little different than my usual content. I'm starting a new series on my channel where I count down weird, creepy, unusual things, and I've not got a name for my series at the moment, but there is a post on my community tab which I'll try and put in the iCard above, so then you can comment and give me your ideas for a name for this series. Today we are discussing my top 10 of the most mysterious disappearances. The first on my list is Madeleine McCann, and this case is the most publicised missing persons cases, but despite it being so publicised, we still have no answers. This mystery remains unsolved. She was on holiday with her family in May of 2007, and she disappeared from her apartment when her parents were out with their friends eating dinner. There has been some interesting leads in this case, but none of them were significant enough to lead us to more information about where Madeleine McCann could be or what happened to her. And many people believe we may never know what happened to Madeleine. The second on my list is the Fremont Siblings. In 1966, Jane, Anna and Grant Fremont disappeared from a beach in Adelaide, South Australia. Their parents let Jane, the oldest sibling, take her two younger siblings to the beach. They were to return for lunch at 2 p.m, but at 7:30 p.m, they still hadn't returned home. No trace of them has ever been found despite all the leads that came in after. Were they washed away, kidnapped, drowned or murdered? I don't think we'll ever know. Third disappearance on my list is Marieroseee. In February 2004, Marieroseee sent an email to her professor at university to say that there was a death in the family and she wouldn't be able to attend her classes. But this wasn't true. She contacted her boyfriend, she packed a bag, she took some money out of her savings and spent £40 at a local liquor store. At around 7:30 p.m, she skidded off the road and got herself stuck. A truck driver did stop and tried to help her, but she refused any help. The police were called, but by the time they got there 10 minutes later, Marieroseee had gone. There has been no sign of her since. And what's even more chilling is that it was snowing that night, and there isn't any footsteps leading away from the car. The fourth case on my list is James Tedford, and this is a really strange one. In the 1940s, James's wife Paula had actually disappeared into thin air whilst he was in the army. She told family members she was going to the local market, but she abandoned her home and she was never seen again. Even stranger, a couple of years later, James himself had disappeared from a bus. Nobody had seen him getting off this bus. He also left all his belongings on this bus. He was never seen again and disappeared without a trace. A strange fact about this case is that the route the bus was taking was through the Green Mountain National Forest, and in the 1940s this area was well known for disappearances. The fifth disappearance in my list is Brian Schaeffer. Now this is another well-known, well-publicised case. Brian Schaeffer was a 27-year-old medical student from Ohio. He had gone out for a couple of drinks with a few friends on the 1st of April 2006. Towards the end of the night, his friends searched for him but they couldn't find him. They thought he may have gone home without them, so they decided to go home too. Later, when his dad went to the apartment to try and find Brian, he wasn't there, and when no one could locate him, he decided to report his son as missing. Brian was caught entering the Columbus bar with his friends, but there is no CCTV of him leaving. The CCTV has been checked by so many experts, but he isn't spotted leaving the bar. He was grieving for his mother at the time, so did he just decide to just up and leave, or did something more terrible happen to him? The sixth case in my list is another popular case, and despite the popularity, we are still no closer to finding this toddler. Ben Needham has been missing since the 24th of July 2004. His parents had moved Ben over to the Greek island of Kos, and this is where he went missing. On the day that he went missing, Ben was being looked after by his grandparents as his parents were at work. That day had been a very hot day, so Ben had been in and out of the home playing, and at around 2:30 p.m, his grandma noticed he was missing. They searched the area themselves around the home in case he had just wandered off, which isn't unusual for a 21-month-old toddler, but they couldn't find him anywhere. The odd piece of clothing and toy has since been found in the years since he had gone missing, but we are still no closer to finding him, and the question on everyone's lips is, where is Ben? The seventh case on my list is really a bizarre one. On the 14th of June 1969, Denis Merton disappeared in front of his father's eyes. That day he had been playing hide and seek in a local park with his siblings whilst his father watched. Denis hid behind one of the trees and never came out. His father did go to look for him, but he had totally disappeared, despite his father watching him the whole time. A massive search was conducted with over 1,500 men, but nothing was ever found. Police believe that a toddler could only go so far on their own, so they do believe that somebody else is involved. Number 8 on my list is the disappearance of William Tyrrell. Now this case I have covered on my channel, and if you want to watch the full story of what happened, I will leave that linked in the description box below. This case remains a mystery to this day. William was playing hide and seek with his sister in the garden. His grandmother and mother go into the house to make some tea, and by the time they come out a couple of minutes later, William is gone. They ask his sister where did he go, but she had no idea. His parents reported him as missing and searches were conducted, but despite all the effort, William has just disappeared without a trace. There are so many twists and turns in this case, so if you do want to know more, I highly suggest that you jump to the link in the description box below. The 9th case on my list is the Soldering Family children. On Christmas Eve 1945, the Soldering Family home caught fire. The whole house burnt down, and in this home at the time were the parents and their 9 children. 4 of these children managed to escape the fire, but the other 5 have never been found since, and no remains were found in the home. The family believes that the 5 children are in fact alive and did not die in that home. Another strange fact is police actually put animal carcasses in the home to make people believe that they've found the children's remains, which is very, very strange, and I don't have a clue why they would do that. Did they die in the fire or did they escape? I don't think we'll ever know. The final case on my list is the disappearance of Marieroseee. Now I covered this case on my channel and it drove me wild. It still drives me wild and it is so bizarre. I will leave it linked if you do want to know more. In October 2018, Marieroseee disappeared without a trace. She had been to a house party with her boyfriend and smoked some drugs. Now it seems that she had a bad reaction to the drugs and asked her stepmom to pick her up. When they reached home, her stepmother was looking after her, but her stepmother also decided to record Marieroseee to show her why it isn't a good idea for for 16-year-olds to be doing drugs. She just wanted to teach Kylie a lesson, but in the early hours of the next morning, the teenager left home and disappeared. She was seen walking towards a highway but was never seen again. There have been accusations flying backwards and forwards between all of the family members, but we are still no closer to the truth. So that is all for this video and for my list series. That is what I'm going to call it for now until I get a name. I apologise that there's been background noise, but it's really warm in the UK at the moment, so I needed the windows open. Yeah, I'm not like in America with some posh AC. We don't have that. Not over here anyway. So if you did enjoy this video, please make sure you give it a massive thumbs up. Let me know if you want to see more videos like these on my channel down below. And I shall see you in a couple of days for my next true crime video. Bye.